routine. These are the kind of things that you've got covered. KG Rabada coming in, good shot, pull, nothing to it, Tristan stops, overrun it. Vital run, South Africa can't afford to let slip through, but Nepal, they'll be counting every single one of these down.
And they've got that rate back to under 5.5 and over.
Well, I asked the question a bit earlier to Holly and Atta about the body language of the South Africans. It wasn't that I was being critical of them, it was just that I noticed when they came out into the field there were lots of smiles, they were very positive. I'll tell you what, there's not many smiles out there now.
High. Has he got the distance on it though? It's a long chase back. It's just the one. One long chase back for the captain.
South Africa will feel these little chances not going their way, but you create your own luck. We spoke about the body language of them, maybe feeling that they're already through, that they're playing in a little half effort tonight, but that's not the case. You always should be giving your best.
Well, the Nepal fans are up and about after their match against the Netherlands. Shots emerged of fan parks back home in Nepal, and it was like a music festival, like Glastonbury, fans stretching back as far as you could see into the distance. It's early morning in Nepal, and they're dancing into the night here in St Vincent and the Grenadines.
Bangladesh and Netherlands, that was in yesterday's match between those two as a close one in terms of who would go through alongside South Africa.
Oh, that's huge! Out of the park! It's one for the airport. Nepal are charging. The Rhinos becoming rampant.
That is a huge hit. We haven't seen a lot of sixes tonight, but that is out of the middle of the bat and out of the park. What a shot. KG Rabada coming back for his second over. And Nepal have said, we'll have a bit of you, KG Rabada. Thank you very much.
Asif Sheikh, 22 years old and wanting to be the hero for Nepal in creating some history at this T20 World Cup. And those who follow this team closely have been saying for a while they've got it in them to beat the Test nation. And tonight they've been showing exactly why. Like a rocket.
Yeah, and really dominating, winning the toss, saying we'll have a bowl, thank you very much. And kind of the idea that I thought Nepal would go in for, bowl South Africa out for under 120, give themselves a chance. And that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're into third street. 36 to win.
Yeah, and they can relax, got the big hits. Take the single, 13 off the over, 82 for 2.
Let's put what's happening this evening into context here, because if Nepal win, what that does, it sets up an absolute blockbuster on Sunday, with Nepal and Bangladesh going head-to-head, with the winners going into the Super 8.
Yep, Nepal and Bangladesh play each other. Netherlands face at Sri Lanka. That's how this group winds up. We've got Aiden Markram bowling himself, so some more spin. Just wonder whether they could have bowled more spin earlier. But also, how easy will he be to hit? Now that these batters are settled, the partnership is 48 off 37, Dale.
Oh, it's a walk in the park, really. I mean, I feel like they're in this over, they might look to take on Aiden Markram. The ball seems to be playing a little bit better. The pitch seems to be playing a little bit better the second innings. And they're 2 hits away from really just taking this game and walking away with it right now from South Africa.
Just wonder if South Africa have missed a trick here. We saw how much the ball turned in that first innings. Maybe they were fixated by thinking, well, if we expose them to big pace, Nepal might not be used to that. But maybe the way to go was maybe give Markram a bowl earlier.
I tend to agree with you, Brian, that the sense of Nepal not being used to express pace, that South Africa might have just been able to blast out that top order. Well, in fact, they used the pace well. A 50 partnership up between these two now, well established, looking for that finish line. Big, it's high though, it's not long. And getting underneath it, Janssen takes a good tumbling catch. So Markram's spin again does get a wicket, it breaks up this stand. Is there still a stutter here for Nepal?
Yeah, just like we were talking about. Spin for the win. South Africa bringing on Aiden Markram, bringing on himself. South Africa desperate for a wicket. In the great hands of Marco Janssen, taking a good catch. We've seen a couple catches go down tonight from that dark sky. And that is the end of Anil Shah for 27. Nepal are now 85 for 3.
Well, Dipendra Singh Airi is known as a big hitter. He can be a finisher. He starred with the ball earlier, 3 for 21. Nepal need just 31 runs to win here. And then this team of players will go down in legend in Nepal cricketing history.
I just wonder whether this was the right approach. I know the modern way is to get after the bowlers, attack, 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 but less than a run a ball needed. A little bit of conservatism might have been the way to go. Well, in the end, the wicket for Markram, 86 for 3.
Oh, Monty Desai, the coach, looking a bit nervous in the dugout, probably because of this. Seen a number of catches dropped in the deep tonight. First time these floodlights are being used. They are nice and bright, but it's an adjustment for players who've been playing morning games. South Africa, all their day games in New York. Well, fabulous partnership for that third wicket. Broken now with the wicket of Anil Shah. They put on 50 of 40 balls, he and Asif. This would keep alive their hopes in the Super 8s. It would get them an historic win over a test-playing nation for the very first time. Five and over. They don't need to panic. Just keep cool heads in the chase.
Yeah, and that wicket may have just opened a door for South Africa, yeah. Runs have been difficult, boundaries have been difficult. We were talking about that previous over. You feel if Nepal had just batted normally for the next 2 overs, they could have scored 5 or 6, put South Africa deeper under pressure. Then South Africa have to make a play. They've got a wicket now and Bartman is running in. The runs continue to flow.
Shamsi's only got 1 over left. He's picked up 2 wickets. He was the one who first of all put the brakes on South Africa. When do you bowl him for his final over?
Yeah, South Africa will have to play that card soon, I feel. They're running out of runs to play with right now. With the fall of the previous wicket, they might have just bought themselves 2 overs here of seam just to get themselves back into the game.
Oh, he's nailed the gap. It's a good bit of work on the boundary. Tristan Stubbs going full stretch. And good teamwork as well there with Marco Janssen to get the ball back into the centre.
Yeah, great fielding this by Tristan Stubbs, making up for the error he made a couple overs ago. A little knuckleball this by Bartman. Just going to have a look at if this is a boundary, but I feel like he stopped it well inside the boundary rope. Marco Janssen backing him up there. This is exactly what South Africa need. Not a lot of runs to play with. Every run counts. 27 needed for Nepal now.
Quick single taken. Good from Nepal. 26 more needed. Well, Bertel opened the batting, but it was his bowling which really stole the show earlier. 4 for 19. And there were big scalps he took as well, including the big wicket of Heinrich Klaasen, who has been South Africa's 6-hitting machine in this World Cup.
Well, we just saw that package of Bertel's bowling, and one of the most exciting things from my perspective was that he was given the last over. That was a big call by Rohit Paudel, but it proved to be the correct one. A couple of wickets went down, and South Africa just couldn't get any momentum at the back end of their innings.
Yeah, I loved how he tossed the ball up too. He wasn't scared to give it air. The first ball went for 6, but after that picking up a couple wickets.
5 overs to go. Nepal needing 25 for a piece of history. 91 for 3.
That is the equation for Nepal. 25 from 30 required. Here's Aiden Markram, the South African captain. Did he bring himself on too late tonight? What drama we have already had here in St. Vincent at the Arnasvale cricket ground. And this is how the phases have gone for Nepal. It's been tight. He's made some room. He looks to play that sweep. Finds David Miller. Every ball, everyone is staring at this little white ball in this stadium.
Yeah, they're in the pound seats. 92 for 3. South Africa were 82 for 3. It was a case of knocking around 5 and over. They just need singles. They don't need to panic, and I'm sure a boundary or two will come at the back end. But I suppose the fact that they haven't had much experience of getting over the line in big encounters might just work against them. And that's what South Africa will be hoping, that they'll panic, they can pick up a few wickets and really try and strangle at the back end.
22 years of age, Asif Sheikh, and 24, that's all Dipendra Singh Ari is. 2 young batters. Works it round leg side.
Well, the one thing you have to say is Nepal are well prepared for this tournament. You know, they left Nepal in the first week of May after a series against West Indies A. They went to Florida, then they came here to St. Vincent to practice.
Have to just be careful. Every fielder is staring at this ball because there's, I'm not saying there's panic, but there's every run is like a bar of gold out there.
Yeah, this is brilliant from David Miller. Launches himself to get a hand, and he returns it as quickly as possible. If it had gone to Quinton de Kock, it might have been in business.
Finds the gap. It'll be 1. It's another run towards the total. 95 for 3, 4 overs to go. Roddy Estwick was very much in the Nepal camp. He's helping them with their bowling, with their thinking. Nepal need 21 from 24. Nepal, their supporters have traveled thousands of miles to watch their heroes. Well, their heroes could be the kings of Kathmandu if they pull this off tonight. We saw them support for Nepal in Dallas in the first match they played. It was phenomenal. Here's Marco Jansen. We're going to get one quick run.
And I'm guessing the next over, Sean, we're going to see Tabriz Shamsi back in. That'll be the 18th. And he'll need to bowl from this end, the commentary box end of this Arnus Vale, because that will mean the right-handers will be hitting into the wind when they're hitting leg side.
Yeah, he's got one left, and I believe after the way he's bowled 2 for 17 that he has to be reintroduced to have a big over, try and pick up a wicket, try and make sure that there's no runs accumulated. I think his over will be vitally important in this encounter.
I think you might have got something on that. Bat pad.
I think it was just a leading edge. It's popped up into no man's land, landed safely. Another run. Every run has been applauded by the dugout.
Well, this is just an extraordinary chase. Don't forget that Bangladesh against South Africa held their nerve in that tight chase. This is very tight. 19 from 22 required. Squirts one out to deep point for one. They don't mind getting these in singles, but a couple of boundaries would certainly light up that dugout.
This is the way they need to go about it. Nothing extravagant. There's no need to do anything silly. There are gaps in the field, of course. Unless the opportunity presents itself, just push it round, rotate the strike.
Short. He's tall and he gets that little extra bounce, does Marco Jansen. He's got good numbers tonight. Jansen hasn't got a wicket yet, though. 14 dot balls. He's only gone for 16.
Yeah, I think the difficulty both from a playing perspective and a mental perspective is if you lose wickets and the new batter has to come in, it's going to be much more difficult for that person to get going. We've seen how it's been a bit of a challenging pitch with regards to the ball holding up. So these two, they've been at the crease for 18 deliveries now.
Looks for the Yorker.
Well bowled. It's a brave delivery because it's kind of been the back of the length where South Africa have hovered around. Deciding to venture up nice and full and executing perfectly.
Well, they haven't been still all night. My word, they've been partying all night. And what will it be when, if this is a heist in St. Vincent by Nepal over this superb South African side? It's a full toss and it's gone past the bat. 17 overs gone, 98 for 3. So Tabriz Shamsi, as Sean Pollock was saying, has to bowl this over. Shamsi 2 for 17 in 3. $18 required from 18 in the match in New York against Bangladesh. South Africa defended 20 in the last 3 overs. Here 18 are required by Nepal.
What will Nepal's strategy be? Will they decide to try and take a risk against Shamsi? Will they look to go airborne, or are they just going to knock it around in his last over and make sure they see him off? Will they see him as a danger man? Asif
Sheikh, 22 years of age here, 41 from 46. one enormous 6 and 4 boundaries. He's worked so hard for this, for his country. He's come down the pitch, he's oozing confidence. He wants to steer Nepal home here.
Well, I think it's important for him to realize the fact that if he stays on and stays on till the very end, it's Nepal's games to lose. It will be so very crucial if he stays on, because not too many runs to score, and as you rightly pointed out, 42 or 47 is well set, but he needs to stay there.
Pitched outside leg stump. Quinton de Kocht wants it. The umpire says you can have it. He's given the catch behind, and it's been reviewed straight away by Dipendra Singh Irie.
TV umpire director, we have a player review for beyond. On-field decisions out. Check the bowler's feet, fair look, front on. Ball coming down. All right, pass this close to the glove there by the looks. I'm going to need ultra edge, please. Thank you. Ultra edge coming up. Through, roll it through. Flat line. And thank you. I've got ball. Clear spike. Go back to the on-field umpire. Thanks. Joel, you can stay with your screen signal now.
Yeah, Joel Wilson was convinced it brushed that glove. Dipendra Singh Irie didn't want that decision to go their way, but it's gone. He's gone for 6. It's 99 for 4. And in comes now the left-handed 20-year-old Kushal Muller, who's not played first class, but in all the other formats he's got a century. That 137 not out in 50 balls against Mongolia last year. And his 100 was in 34 balls. 34 balls, that century. But now, can he join Asif Sheikh to steer Nepal home here and make it their night in St. Vincent? Tabraiz Shamsi, when he came on, he changed things with a dramatic first over, picking up 2 wickets in his first. He's got 3 balls to complete his 4th. That brings up the 100 for Nepal. Psychologically, it'll do them a power of good.
Trying to play a shot down the leg side, trying to play that sweep. Just get the bottom part of the glove. Yes, he knew it. It's an important wicket and also an important over. He needs to finish off nicely here now. 16 from 14.
Yes, 16 from 14. Asif Sheikh on strike.
Yo!
Kushal Muller's come herring down from the non-striker's end.
There's 1 ball to go and there's lost 2 overs, and Markram has got some options. Will it be Rabada? Will it be Bartman? Will it be Nokia? Could even be Aidan Markram himself.
Oh, he's bowled him. Tabraiz Shamsi has weaved a spell of magic tonight against Nepal. That's his 4th.
Yeah, he has indeed, Will Clay. He got 2 wickets in his first over, and now in his last over he's picked up another 2. Picked up the wickets of people who are set and had put on a bit of a partnership, and that's a great delivery. As it pitches, it rips in, goes between bat and pad. clatters into Asif's stumps, and he's off for his celebration, and so he should be. His performance tonight for South Africa has been fantastic. 4 overs, 4 for 19. Let's see if he goes for 42. It's 100 for 5.
Tabraiz Shamsi, 4 overs, 12 dot balls, 4 for 19. 16 required from 12 balls. New batter is Gulshan Jar. Strike rate is healthy, 136. He's got 150 in there. It's the first time that 12 wickets have gone to spin. All 12 have gone to spin in a T20 international in a match played in the West Indies. Aidan Markram, does he feel that the tide has turned South Africa's way?
And also the option, he's decided to go to Nortje. I suppose you could have gone to the option of Markram, 2 left-handers at the crease, but Nortje it is, so it's pace on. And that's a brilliant start. The South Africans are up for it in the field. They know every run is going to be vital. And what a great delivery this from Shamsi. Bit of turn, just clips the top of the off-stump bail, and he's off, and so he should be.
Yeah, I also thought that perhaps it was going to be Aidan Markram who's going to bring himself on in the attack because of the 2 left-handers and the 2 new batters in the crease.
Ball in! Nortje strikes, and the wickets are tumbling here.
Yeah, the South Africans in the crowd, they're elated, and it's a brilliant start to the over. 16 to defend off the 2 overs, and in the first 2 deliveries, Nepal unable to get anything away. Nortje goes for length. He might have thought Yorkers, but he didn't. He went for length, crashes into the top of middle stump, knocks the plastic off the top of it. You can see how happy they are. They've now got belief that South Africa could hold their nerve and win this encounter against Nepal. Muller goes for 1, 100 for 6.
Sompal Kami is the new batter, 28 years of age. He's played some franchise cricket in the Canadian GT20. His highest score is 40 in T20Is. And
it's going to be delay, Wilco, because that stump was broken, and this was the delivery that did the damage. Have a look at that plastic bit at the top of the stumps. That goes flying as well as the bails, and that was a hard length by Nortje, 144 kilometers per hour. And the decision to turn to him has worked for the captain, Markram. South Africa now have 16 to defend of 10 deliveries.
But before that, that middle stump needs repairing. Could just feel when Nortje was bowling a little early, he was getting frustrated. He wasn't getting the ball to do, he wasn't getting things going his way. 115 for 7 was the South African score. Reza Hendricks with 43. Tristan Stubbs, quick fire, 27 not out. And in reply, at one stage, Nepal were 100 for 4. They've just lost 2 wickets. It's 100 for 6. And the ICC Men's T20 World Cup continues tomorrow. We're hoping for good weather, better weather. It's been appalling down there in Florida. India against Canada. today, of course, the United States, Ireland, that match was washed out. So it's India-Canada tomorrow in Lauderhill. Local time, it's a 10:30 start.
Yeah, the last 6 deliveries, South Africa has managed to pick up 3 wickets and giving away only a single run.
Well, they've held their nerve. Here's Nokia. Klaassen, Heinrich Klaassen, such these big names. Really, this has been for Nepal. They've been climbing their Everest of cricket.
Yeah, it's been an exciting World Cup from the perspective of there's been low scores that have been defended. 119 India versus Pakistan, 113 South Africa versus Bangladesh, and could it be 115 here tonight?
Oh gosh. You know, there are 8 peaks, mountain peaks, over 8,000 feet in Nepal, and in terms of cricket, this would have been and still is Nepal cricket's highest. They're still on the mountain. Can they make the final summit? Oh my word, that is enormous. A magnificent strike from Sonpal Kami.
Yeah, this is quality. This is a massive hit. I think that's over 100 meters. It's interesting. Nokia decided to go for a change-up. He had bowled 4 deliveries in the over, 141, 144, 145, 142. Then he goes for the back of the hand, 114. And Kami absolutely middles it in position. 105 meters, that could be the biggest that we've almost seen in the tournament. That was absolutely middled.
Is that the moment? Is that the game-changing moment? That is a big shot. That is a humongous shot.
Oh my word. The noise it made off the bat. It was out of this world. 10 from 7 required for Nepal. Nobody's moving in Kathmandu and Kirtipur. They're watching this. Sonpal swings the bat again. He wants to. He's going back for the second. It's gone to the wrong end, you felt. Sonpal's so quick. 19 gone, 1 over to go, 8 required from Nepal. Eight runs required, Athar Ali Khan.
7 for super over. They're having some great time. Full credit to Nepal. Good running, really good running. Coming back for the second, taking on the fielder. They can feel it. They're on the edge of creating some history here.
Well, this could be the party of all parties tonight. Nepal, they've had some magnificent days and evenings, nights in their history. They've never beaten a full member nation before. They're playing the mighty South Africans, who are already qualified.
Yeah, it's swinging back and forth here, isn't it, Wilco? I mean, they needed 16 of 10 deliveries, and at that stage you felt that South Africa were in charge. Then all of a sudden one disappears. They pick up 2 runs off the next delivery, 8 from 2, and now they need 8 from 6.
Bartman, last over. And Gulshan Jar cannot make contact. 8 from 5.
He needs to get a single. He needs to get Sonpal on strike. He's been there for 4 deliveries and hit that massive 6. In South Africa, they'll be trying to get in as close as possible to make sure there's no easy singles and that the right-hander does not get on strike.
Well, Bartman is a relative newcomer to the South African Proteas. There's pressure on him to deliver here as well. Gulshan cannot afford to miss here. It's gone wide. Is it wide? Umpire, all eyes on the umpire. Joel Wilson keeps those arms behind his back.
It's 8 from 4. The first 2 deliveries have been dots. If you look at the field on the offside, 3 fielders are inside the circle. So he's probably searching to play a big shot. Yep, fair enough. inside that blue line. So it's a fair delivery.
Sompal Kami just went down and had a word with Gulshan Jar. He's only 18 years of age. Cracks it over extra. It's 4. Gulshan Jar gets 4 for Nepal.
Yeah, that's a fantastic strike. He's missed the last 2, but he's absolutely middled that one. He's got it in front of square on the offside. He just needs one more of these smacks and it's over the line for Nepal. A historic moment could be unfolding right before our eyes.
Now that's the shot that I was exactly talking about, taking on the fielders on the offside. It was just a touch fuller and wider, and it hit that over the top of the cover fielder for a boundary. Great shot.
Make no mistake, Aidan Markram said at the toss, we've already qualified for the second round for the Super 8s, but we want to win this match. We respect our opponents. 4 from 3. Crack again. Is it going for 4? No, it's not. Reza Hendricks saves the boundary. 2 from 2 required for the most magnificent night in Nepal's cricket history.
The nerves, they're jangling, they can't bear to be seated in the Nepal dugout. The fans, they can't be seated either. There's a new belief, 16 from 10. They probably thought they were done and dusted. One massive hit out of the ground, they were back in the picture, and now just 2 runs away from history.
You're looking at an 18-year-old here. His heart rate, I dread to think what his heart rate might be. Nepal 2 from 2. Gulshan Jar on strike. Oh, it's well delivered. Oh, goodness me. Otniel Bartman, he can afford a smile. It's a nervous smile. We're down to the last ball. 2 wins it. 1 super over.
Any of those 2 is very much a possibility here.
Yeah, lots of discussion here between Otniel Portman and Markram. What is the length he's going to bowl? The one that's been effective is the back of length, the short pitch delivery. Quinton de Kock is communicating, saying, come on, get to the stumps, everyone. They got to get 1 for a super over. Can they get 2 for a victory? It's all on the line.
2 required. Oh, he can't. Now then. Is he short of his ground?
I think he is.
Quinton de Kock has given it out himself. Joel Wilson says, we need to see this. Chris Brown is the TV umpire.
He throws it, it ricochets off the back. Klaasen gets it onto the stumps. Now we wait for the decision.
Bowlers in, best side angle, please. Thank you. Coming up now. Short of the ground. You're short of the ground. Yeah, roll. Roll it, please. Roll it. When it first lights up. Thank you. Batter is short. Freeze it there. Ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Heinrich Klaasen with a piece of magic, a backhand flick, has made the run out. Nepal was so close to the summit. They could see the summit. They couldn't quite get there. South Africa have held their nerve. They have won. They've beaten mighty Nepal by just 1 run. But my word, this night belongs to Nepal.
Yeah, it was a fascinating end to an exciting encounter. You do wonder, South Africa might have appealed the fact of obstructive running if they didn't manage to get the ball, but Klaasen held his nerve. The rebound came off the back of Gulshan. He got the ball in his hand, backhanded it onto the stumps, and you can see the emotion. They were on the verge of history. They were on the verge of beating South Africa. Unfortunately, just maybe a foot or two short of victory.
Yeah, so close yet so far. They made a great effort to get close to pull up their biggest win of their lives.
An evening that will linger long in the memories of all of us here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Nepal fans are upset. They are emotionally attached to this gallant Nepal side. It's the youngest squad in the tournament. Only one player over the age of 30. They're all in their 20s. There was an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old at the end, and this is the final moment, the final ball.
Yeah, that's why I think they might have sent it up, was obstructive running.